SPSS can also be used to compare dependent samples. These are two values that are connected or dependent on each other. In this case, we have pre-test and post-test values. Students were given a test of knowledge coming into the class, pre-test on the first day, and exiting the class on the same content. So these are linked variables, pre-test and post-test. We don't expect a student who scored a 72 on the pre-test to decrease down to a 45 on the post-test. They are connected. Student has knowledge coming in. We do expect that knowledge to increase going out. So how do we test that hypothesis? How do we test the hypothesis that post-test scores are greater than pre-test scores using SPSS? The first thing we're going to do is make sure that our data is in a separate column, pre-test and post-test. This isn't like the independent means where we chose a grouping variable. Then we're going to go to Analyze, Compare Means, and we are looking for the paired samples t-test. Next, we will choose the values to put in for variable 1 and variable 2. Now, technically, we can put either one in either spot, and the results will be similar. However, this is going to calculate the mean difference. So I'm going to put the post-test in for variable 1 and the pre-test in for variable 2. Why am I doing that? I expect to see a rise in scores. So if I take post-test minus pre-test, I will get a positive number, or I hope I'll get a positive number. If we did this the other way around, pre-test minus post-test, we would get a negative number. Now, there's nothing wrong with a negative number, but we do tend to appreciate positive numbers more. So when comparing the difference, I expect post-test to be higher, pre-test to be lower. So I'm going to put the higher expected value first, and the lower one second, to try and avoid the use of negative numbers. Now you notice I had to click out of the row that indicates the pair. So I either have to click on the row below, or I have to click one of our arrows over on the side so that we may choose the OK button. If you don't click out of the row that the variables are in, then the OK button will not be active. It will be grayed out. Once you click somewhere else, though, it's ready to go. I will hit the OK button, wait for SPSS to do its thing, and you can see here it creates summary statistics, the post-test and pre-test. It creates a paired sample, what the correlation between the two of them is, and here we have our t-test, our paired samples test. Now we can see over here we have our significance and our t-value present, so we can make a comparison, either comparing the t-value to the critical t-value, or we can compare the p-value, significance, to our predetermined level of significance to determine in this fact that we would reject the null hypothesis that the post-test and pre-test are equal, and say that this particular sample supports the alternative hypothesis. There is a statistical difference between post-test and pre-test scores.